Hey everybody, Patty Ann here. Hey, I'm still working on etching. I've been making a lot of glasses, and I'll show one right here for friends of mine because a local pub that we like to go to, a little cafe, is changing hands and the name's going to be changed. Well, we all met together. That's how we met each other, by going there listening to live music. So as a memento, I'm making everybody either a rocks glass, and these are from the Dollar Tree, or a wine glass, or maybe even a tall glass like this. And I'm going to put the logo pretty much for the place. So follow me to my computer and I'll show you what I'm talking about first. This was my first test sample, and this one was messed up. And this one's a little messed up too because I want to raise everything higher. But you know, sometimes you have to be willing to spend $1 at the Dollar Tree to use one as your sample or your prototype. Okay, so if you look over here on the right hand side, you'll see the original logo that I used. And if you've been following me for any length of time, you probably watched me do a screen print of that on a t-shirt. Turned out really nice. But this was a challenge for me because the first time I did it, let me roll in here so you can see. These words were a real challenge because look at that little thin black line there that's going to have to be etched around. That didn't work well at all. And I kept trying various ways to get rid of the lettering, and I kept having a hard time. For example, if I came up here and I said trace, and I said trace by color, and I could trace all this brown out of here and do all areas and change all of that to black. Let's see, I could just trace it. Okay, I can make that black. But see, it doesn't fill in the letters that I need all of them filled in. But you can see how that's a little bit better. But it's still not that great because here's the thing. When you're going to do etching, I like to change the stuff that's white to black and the stuff that's black to white. So I can do that easily by selecting this and coming over to this icon that looks like a half moon and coming to the one that looks like a half moon and making it say inversion all the way over. So what that's going to do is going to show me the white stuff is the part that will be white on my glass and the black will be regular. So the white will be etched. Well, these white little pieces here were really a pain because look how narrow those are, and there's just a skinny little piece of black in between, especially because I'm making this thing so small. And if we really scroll in here, this is the only thing that's going to be etched, this little fine line right here. All right, I tried it, it didn't work, it's a pain in my neck. So I had to think of something else to do. So eventually, Eventually what I did was I went back to the inversion, click on this to select it, and what I did was I came over here to the eraser tool and erased some of this stuff. Anyway, this tutorial is really not about how I fix the logo because you won't need to worry about this because you won't have a logo like this. So I did want to show you though that, let's see, I did a whole lot of sampling. This is when I was still trying to do it the way I thought it would look really super. And this worked beautifully on my t-shirt when I did it, when I did the silk screening. But on a mug with etching, this didn't work. So what I started to try to do was to kind of draw him or get him outside of this. So I ended up with this right here. I had to ask around to see if that was the right shape for the hat. I guess it's a fedora. And if you can look up here closely, you can see some more. This one's different, this one's a little different. And then I had the word cafe and pub under him, and I made it really big so it would be easier to weed, and it looked horrible. It just didn't look good at all to me. So I went back to the drawing board again, And eventually I came up with, I believe it was this guy, probably right here. Okay, the next thing I did was specific to my own design that I'm doing, but yours may be similar. There's a flat part of this rocks glass. I wanted to measure how wide the flat part is because I wanted my design to be within that area. And it's 2 inches wide. So I'm going to remember 2 inches. And the height of the whole thing is about, well, let's see, we'll say it's 4 inches tall. So I'm going to make a rectangle. And like I said, this is with my design, but you may have something that'll fit on a rocks glass, just like this from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to make a box that's 2 inches, 4 inches tall, unlock the lock, 4 inches tall, hit enter, and 2 inches wide. All right, there we go. So that's how big my design can be that's going to fit with this guy in it and my text. So let's scroll in a little bit. So the next thing that I did was I had this thing over here, remember from originally. All I want is the words the loft. So I'm just going to go ahead and draw a cut line through here. Hold down my shift key and just drag a cut through there, and I can cut all this stuff off of here. And what I could have done if I want, I can just remove that. Okay, cool. I can just delete that. And then I'm going to delete these extra little too thin pieces that I don't like, and I'm not going to be able to use those in my etching. So I'm just going through clicking on them and deleting them. So I'm just going to be left with the words the loft, kind of plain, but look, it's exactly what we need. And scroll back out. So now we have him and the word the loft. So I just kind of played with this to see where I wanted it to be, that I could still read the letters loft. Let me make him white so he kind of blends in better now. There we go. And I could actually send him to the back if I want to. So it's going to look something like that. Maybe I want to move him over a little bit more. I just want to make sure that the L, we can read the L. If I do like that, it might mess it up where you can't really tell. So I wanted him to be over a little bit like this. If I don't want him sticking out so much to the side, I can just skinny him up a little bit, maybe like that. Okay, I'm happy with that. So what I would probably do now is grab all this stuff and just right click and say weld, or come up here and weld. And since not all of it's touching, I also have to group. So there's that. Now I'm going to have to really skinny that down a lot to fit on this box, right? Let's bring it over here. I'm going to bring it to the front, right click, bring to the front. And put him here. And I'll use this button to scroll in better. Okay, so it looks like we can make him larger than that because we want him to go from almost from side to side on the flat piece of the glass like that. And then not only that, we're going to put the word Hendersonville under here. So I did it all in caps. Don't remember which font I use, but that's up to you. I'll change it to white after I squish it together. All right, that's almost going to fit. Let's change that text to white, but not quite on my square part. And what I could do if I want to, I'm not sure if this text will allow me to do so, but I can come over here to the text style panel and change it to bold. Okay, this one must not allow you to, but you can use a text like that maybe if you'd prefer. Find a nice bold one that will weed pretty easily. I did have trouble with my inner part of the R, especially the O and the D. So there's like that. Now, we need to know how far up from the base I want it to be on my glass. So I measured from the bottom of the glass right here to where that part ends, because I didn't want, whoops, I dropped my measuring device. I didn't want it to be too low or too high. I want it to be just right. So I could start at any whole number. So if I start here And then, so it looks as though it's less than an inch, that thickness, but I can see that I would not want to start or have the bottom of the word Hendersonville any lower than an inch from the bottom. So what we need to do is this. Gonna get something, a box, make it any size. I'll change its color so it's easy to see. And I'm going to make it 1 inch tall. Okay. And I can make it wider if I'd like to. So this is just going to let me know how far up the word Hendersonville should start, assuming this is all my vinyl. This right here will be my vinyl, the green. This piece of vinyl right here is going to rest on the very, very bottom of my rocks glass or whatever tumbler you might have. I want this picture to start an inch up. So I'm going to put this right here, and that's going to allow me to know where to put this approximately and where to put this. Okay. So that looks pretty good to me. Okay, I'm going about this in a little bit different way. There's many ways to skin a cat, but this is the way I started it, so I'll finish it like this. So what I'm going to do is just draw a box that's bigger on the sides than that one, and send this box to the back. Okay, and then remember, this is my first box right there, right here. So I can take that out now. And then this is the one that I'm going to, now I know where this goes. I can take this off. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab all of this stuff, come over here to the modify panel and say subtract. And what that's going to do, it's going to subtract everything out of there. Let me group it so that you can come over here and see that yes, indeed, all of this has been cut out, and that's the way it's going to be. We know where to put this on my glass. And now if we bring in our little fake rocks glass, we can bring this over on top, and notice this section here is so we avoid all of this glass down here. When we line this piece up to the very bottom of the rocks glass, the real rocks glass, it will be perfectly in line where we want it to be right here. And the design is small enough so that it's not going to fit beyond that flat edge. Okay, as you can see on my mat, I have 6 different ones that I'm going to cut out. And I really want to be lazy and not do a test cut, but I'm scared. So I'm going to use the exact same vinyl on here and go to send and just do a test cut. So I'll put this in my machine and hit it. And then I will just come down here to where it says test and click on that. I have it set to matte vinyl, and I have it set slowed down a little bit. So let's see. All right, let's see how that worked. I have my pen here, and that looks like it didn't work very well. So it's a good thing I did, well, it works pretty well, but not perfect. So I'm glad I did this test cut. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to up my blade depth just one dot, and I'm going to try another test. And this time I'm going to move the test over, and I move the test over by using these little buttons right here, so I can put it exactly where I want it to be on my mat. Okay, so now I'll just say test again, and we'll see if this works better. Oh, so you see, if I didn't do this test cut, I would have done all of those cuts and they would have all been wrong. So let's try this now. Oh, look at that. Perfect. You see that now? That's what we want to come off just like that. So I'm really glad I did that cut, test cut. So now I'll take this piece off and put my real piece on and go ahead and send this to my machine. Gonna make sure it's all down here well. Use my squeegee if I can find it. Here it is. Just to make sure it's on here pretty good, because there's some pretty delicate pieces that are getting cut. All right, here we go. Stick it in my machine again. and hit send. Okay, everything has been cut out and weeded. Notice I added a little bit of extra tape, painter's tape, to the sides of that, just for extra security, because if you drop that stuff, the etching cream, anywhere, it's going to etch the glass. So you want to be very careful. On this etching sample, what I'm doing right here, you do not weed, or you do not mirror, you do not mirror your vinyl. Okay, when it's going on the outside of the glass like this, you do not mirror it. On the other hand, later on, I'm going to show you how to do a really super cute baking dish gift. And on that one, you will mirror it. But on these mugs, tumblers, rocks glasses, beer steins, whatever, you do not mirror it. So I'm just putting this on here. I'm using a brush and just coating it gently. And you go back and forth over the same areas for about 5 minutes, I've heard. Makes it a really good etch. So after I'm done with the 5 minutes, then what I will do is take this to the sink, and using the same brush, I will wash it off with water. I should be wearing gloves. Usually I do, but in this video I just didn't have them on. But I do highly recommend you wear gloves as well as eye protection. So I'm going to pause right now and I'll be back. Okay, this has been all washed with clear water, and I'm just taking off the painter's tape. And then the vinyl that I use, as I said in my previous video, I prefer using the non-permanent Cricut vinyl. I used the permanent kind before, and I had a dilly of a time getting it off. But yeah, I got to take off the price tag, you know, if it's going to be a gift. So all you have to do now is take off that vinyl and just give it a nice dry with a clean towel, and they turn out beautifully. Some of the little pieces do get stuck a little bit, and just use your fingernail. That's what I like to use anyway. I'm afraid if I use my weeding tool, it will scratch the glass. So I just use my fingernail to grab those off. It's not too hard if you're using the non-permanent vinyl, the removable vinyl. So just dry it really nicely, or well. It's not going to look great when it's wet, but when the stuff that you have etched has dried, it will show up so much better. So hopefully you can see it there. I was going to put a towel inside of it because I thought maybe you could see it better, but I think maybe in this lighting you can see it better without the towel. Okay, that pretty much sums up what I wanted to show you today. My hub just got home. He was looking for some more of these glasses, which I was pretty sure they were sold out at the Dollar Tree. You can't even get them online. But a friend of mine who's a former Navy SEAL wanted to know if I could put the Navy SEAL logo, I forget what it's called, he told me yesterday, but anyway, on some glasses for him, and then do
Hi, Rhonda.
a carafe as well. So we were able to find this. And then also for the ladies at the loft, he found these at Walmart, which might be a little fancier. I can't wait to try these. This will be a lot of fun too. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. If you like my videos, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also, think about using my links down below if you're in the market to purchase something. I get a tiny little commission for them, and every little bit helps so that I can purchase things so that I can make my test samples for you guys. So again, thanks for joining me. See you all again soon. Goodbye.